And another aspect that I see right now, which I guess this is a more controversial take that I do have, is that I see a lot of startups just going for robotic startups just going for the humanoid form factor, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's
that's
the
the
hype,
hype,
right? Yeah,
that's the trend
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
And I'm a fan. Again, I'm a fan of like the science fiction droids, the weird robots that populate movies and sci-fi books and stories, right? And I want to see that future, right? That future where it's like, no, it's not just humanoid robots walking around, but it's like, a Wally type of robot, an R2D2 type of robot out there, right? That sort of different form factor. So at least I think it's actually harmful just to just chase the hype of the humanoids right now, and ignoring that, like, hey, maybe some more purpose built robot might be a better option, or just in general a different take on a robot just might be more
Yeah.
suitable for you instead of building a humanoid, right?
Build something for the task at hand. But there's something to be said about if I completely agree with you, but taking the devil's advocate kind of approach, if you build a general purpose robot and you crack it, then there's the applications are endless. So there's value in pursuing that as well. But agree with you that there's crazy
Yeah,
amount of hype.
yeah. Although I guess my one counter argument towards that is like, are we so certain that like the humanoid form is like the best form for a general purpose robot, right? Because I
Right.
mean, this is the result of evolution. What if by just being creative and putting, throwing stuff to the wall, right? Something we can come up with a design that's even more useful, right? Even more capable, even more fascinating, even more just like beyond
Yeah.
the human form, right? That's
And
that's that's just my thoughts.
yeah, that's an interesting thought that it is almost lack of creativity, that but it also captures, or in past has captured, the imagination. 1X, Figure, all of these humanoid companies make headlines, and you love to see them walk around. And a lot of these humanoids are coming from China. They're doing martial arts and all these
Yeah,
exhibitions. Um, and those clips go viral. They draw a lot of attention to the company. So that it becomes almost like a marketing thing oftentimes for robotics companies, that they'll have a humanoid product just to bring the views in.
yeah, and at least since you mentioned, at least I think one of them that's I guess I give it some credit is do you know the Boston Dynamics, the new humanoid
Yeah,
that they have?
yeah,
That one, it's the way it moves is not specifically human, right? Because it can just like rotate around its torso, its head, it's
yeah.
just its
How
limbs.
it gets up with rotating. Yeah,
So I like that. I like that approach of like, hey, why limit to like the human joints, right? Why instead just give
yeah.
it the freedom that it can achieve? I definitely agree with that design a little more than the rest of the humanoids. Yeah.
Hmm. And another company that I really admire, Agility Robotics. They have the Digit robot for the warehouse
Oh yeah.
application. They've done a contract with Amazon. So it has a human centric figure, but the digits, the way the foot is the form factor is completely different. It's more so for stability, and the design is so that it can work alongside humans. So it's not made to look like a humanoid, but more so so that it can have a compact, volume, and it can move around where other humans are. So that's intentional design, and I think that's what you're referring
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. And I remember that one, the legs are inspired by birds. So I
Yeah,
find that
yeah,
really
yeah,
fascinating that they took like, yeah, a little bit of the human form factor, a little bit of like the, animal form factor, merged it together and created something pretty cool and pretty useful. So yeah.
yeah. No, no, good discussion. We're on the same wavelength there.